Evans. It's lovely to talk to you again.
And to you,
Yes,
great to see both your smiling faces.
Well, yours is pretty smiling too, so that's nice.
Yeah, it is. Tom, look, we've just finished reading this amazing book. Just, you know, and we really do believe that anyone that reads it, you know, can become a master chef in making up the recipes, you know,
to master their life.
To master their life.
The best they can from
Thank you so much.
We really do believe it was absolutely amazing.
It's a bit like a real cookbook that you can just have well, not in the kitchen, but
you can have it in the kitchen
you can have
too.
it in the kitchen if you want, or in the bedroom, and just, you know, just take it and look at one of the recipes when you actually need guidance.
When you do.
And think, well, you know, how am I, you know, because it's very pretty. There's a little plate here. I don't know if you can see that with the knife and fork. So it gives the metaphor of a real recipe, you know, like as in food.
Yeah, it does. It's amazing.
It's amazing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing how you can just.
So how did you come up with this? You know, and the title is amazing, Flavours of Thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it came as a light bulb moment. Somewhat ironically, from when I wrote the book on light bulb moments. I was stuck on a certain chapter 9. And it wasn't flowing. And when you get stuck, one of the things I teach the people I mentor as authors is to do mind maps. So I did a free association mind map using the words light, bulb, and moment. And what I did is, if you were to associate from the phrase light bulb moment, you'd only go to eureka or aha moment or something like that. But if you actually associate on individual words, it takes your minds in completely different directions. So, for example, from bulb, you might go to tulip. And from tulip you might go to Amsterdam, and you never get to Amsterdam from the phrase light bulb moment. So I started around the word light, started to map it out, and then what happened was I realised that light could be spread into red, green and blue through a prism, and as thought and light are actually very similar in terms of the way that they actually work at a fundamental level, I had this light bulb moment that of course thoughts must have different colours. And then I realised about quarks, which are these fundamental particles, and the scientists, the quantum physicists, have colours for quarks, but they also have flavours, like up, down, top, bottom, and spin, and things like that. So just into my head came this idea, flavours of thought, that our thoughts have different flavours. And everybody thinks that thoughts come from inside our head, but they come from everywhere. They do come inside our heads. That's our self-talk and our internal dialogue. But we also have them from all our mind centres in our body, in our gut mind and our heart mind. And what's interesting about these thoughts is that they're 5 or 10 seconds ahead of our conscious mind, and they're always right. You know, how many times have we said we don't trust our gut? And then we have thoughts that come from outside our body, and this is the source of light bulb moments, and we're all connected in this web. So my thoughts are connected with your thoughts, past, present and future. And we're all, even though we have our separate existence and our separate internal talk, we're also connected at the universal mind level. And the book really unpacks all of that, and it's kind of mixed in with a bit of esoteric knowledge, because I knew that the major arcana of the tarot is a glyph or a metaphor for us, effectively. It's got every secret of the universe embedded in it. And there's 22 cards in the major arcana. And our whole human existence, the whole experience that we have, is formed from 22 root thought notions.
Wow. Wow. It's mind-blowing stuff, isn't it? It's so interesting. Oh, wow. And it's also so comforting to know that we're all connected.
Absolutely,
well.
Yeah.
It does, because you know, when you think maybe that you've got an idea, but you're frightened to go forwards with it. If you think that we're all connected and we're all in this collective, you know, like consciousness, it's very comforting. You feel as if you've always got a helping hand.
You do, yeah. I really like thought.
Yeah, imagine that if everyone was just an actor in your play, that there's only 2 roles that actor has. They're either there to help you, or they're there to teach you something, which might initially not look like help. You know, there might be somebody that you're not getting on with or whatever, but they're really there to teach and help you evolve. And if you have that mindset, then you know you just can't go wrong, because you know I know that you're here today to help me take this message out to the world, and I know that is, let's say someone watches this video and they don't like a bit of it, they're there to teach me that I didn't explain it very well, or maybe, just maybe I was wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
That's very good. That's very good.
Yes, if you do, because then there's no hatred, there's no fear, there's nothing. You think from every experience you go out to experience, you're just going to either learn from it or gain something.
Well, you always gain.
Yeah, and that's not to berate or belittle fears, or tell people to snap out of it. Fears are real; they come from our unconscious mind, and we really should pay attention to them. And when something comes up, it just means that we have something to address, and especially when it comes up in patterns as well. When you see the same pattern of struggle, if you like, or strife, then it's something that we need to address.
What recipe would you give here for fear then?
There's a few. Well, the recipes are actually in groups of 7 as well.
Yeah.
And the first 7 recipes are all recipes to help you get out of blocks. Then the next 7 recipes are to help you get back on track. And then the 7 second recipes after that, the next set of recipes after that are all about how to make you magnificent. And then I've gone a bit a la carte. And what I did, in the first edition of the book I had 21 recipes, but then I've got this Facebook group, Flavours of Thought Facebook group, and I asked people in the Facebook group to give me some more questions that they wanted answering, and I made those into the chef specials. But what's interesting is that even though we got these 22 root thought notions, and that might sound, that's crazy, that we must be more than 22 bits. Those 22 concepts can be combined into over 51 trillion recipes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
exactly. And those recipes can be combined with each other. So basically, there's an infinity of recipes out there.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? Fantastic. And what about the cube of karma? I mean, we're fascinated to know more about that.
Well, that's what I'm working on next. My next book. Basically, I knew that the tarot could be seen in a cubical structure, in a 3-dimensional structure with some hidden 4-dimensional pathways. And so what I did is I put one wet Sunday afternoon after I'd finished writing the book, and I knew the mapping of the tarot onto this cube. I took my flavours, which are mapped into the tarot, and I put them on this cube. Right?
Wow!
And there's a certain path you can go around the cube that results in really getting from, let's say, a place of okayness to a place of magnificence. And what I've done is I've started to take people around the cube, and I'm getting some amazing results. But I want to take it a little bit further than that as well. I want to teach people how they can be tour guides to take other people around the cube as well. And it's powerful, it's rapid, it creates permanent change in people, and the results that people are getting as a result of even doing 1 or 2 faces of the cube are just outstanding, and they've surprised even me.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay then, I think we'll talk to you next time then, Tom.
Yeah,
great, and we'll talk a bit more about the unfolding and the unlocking, and do remember that next time I'm interviewing both of you. Thanks for your time.
We look forward to that then.
Yeah, okay then.
Okay,
bye.
Bye. Bye.